Hey everyone, Salazar here, and I'm going to be doing another deck gameplay review. Today's one is on Ezreal TFX, and I hope the audio today is much better than the last video, because what actually happened was it was a bit loud yesterday, so I wanted to adjust and bring it down, and I accidentally brought it a bit too low, which was a bit of an oopsie, but I hope the gameplay was satisfying enough. But anyway, for today's vid, we'll be doing this. I originally saw this deck on Reddit. It was by Apush. I hope I'm not butchering his name. It's an interesting list. He runs 3 thermo. It can help me deal with big stuff. Pull Shark, it helps level up TF. Ramage has great synergy with the fleeting cards that you'll be drawing. And it's a burst speed spell, so that helps with level up Ezreal. Clump of Worms is it's 2 mana, so it lets you draw with the Investigator. It gives you a Shroom for Ezreal and you can discard it for Ramage, so it's a very good card. Coral Creatures gives you 1 mana spells from these regions, so 1 mana spells. These are the options you'll be getting. All of them are really good except for maybe Jettison, but it's still a burst speed spell, which if you have a level Ezreal will be useful, or you can get rid of it with Ramage, but the rest are really good. Dreadway deck increases your damage, which is good. Make It Rain helps level up Ezreal super fast. It's either you can hit, potentially sometimes you're like hit 3 targets, but hitting 2 targets is very good already. Mystic Shot, because it's Mystic Shot. Veteran Investigator at 1 copy is just nice. It's got 3 attacks, so you can block fearsome units. Ezreal, because it's an Ezreal deck. Get Excited, extra damage to the face, and you can get rid of fleeting fodder for it. Gotcha is potentially 2 mana, so potentially you got more draw engine. Investigator, because this is one of the interesting thing about this deck is the Investigator will be giving you more draws. Static Shot to get rid of multiple targets. Twisted Fate is can surprisingly level up pretty fast in this deck if you got your engine running. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the vid today, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so we're up against TF Jinx, which was popularized by Mogwai. I guess for this matchup, I'll keep the Investigator, Make It Rain, the Clump of Worms, and I guess I'll just mulligan the Static Shock, because I want the Clump of Worms to play on turn 2, Make It Rain to combo with the Investigator. Alright. And we don't really play Pull Shark on 1. You want to play on later turns where we have the mana to use for the spell, for whatever you might draw us. So I opt to attack here because either I can get rid of his Challenger, get rid of his Academic, I can bring his 4-3 to 1 health, so I can get rid of it with Static Shock or Make It Rain, or just get in for 2 damage, which I think the best for him would just to take the 2. So he can challenge it and go for 6 next turn. So he ends up blocking with the 4-3, which is fine. Now that it's 1 health, I can get rid of it with Static. Easy Static. Slot bot. It's a pretty good drop. Should have Mystic here, but dropping Investigator on curve is very good. Just pass. So over here I can either Static or I can Make It Rain. I opt for Make It Rain because being able to draw off Investigator's effect, I felt it would be much more valuable. And the Make It Rain potentially hit all the correct targets. I could get rid of the academic. I can trade in with his challenger. I wish he had hit Jinx though, but almost perfect. I can get rid of the pool sharks here, because I don't think I'll really want to be dropping it. The gotcha draw was really nice, so I could get rid of the Jinx, potentially. If you cannot level it up, but you know, they always have the answers. Yeah.
No, it's your I'll give you to the count of
But putting Jinx to 1 health is fine, because I can static it now. I opt to go for the Jinx and the 1/1 so that I could get rid of multiple targets. Because if I couldn't get rid of the slot bot, then with all his stats continuously piling up, there was like no way I could cleanly remove it. Because I popped back into that Mystic Shot. But luckily he dropped a good target for it.
The treasure was in me the whole time.
So he drops Jinx. I have 7 mana, so I opt to draw Ezreal so that I could follow it up with Thermal and get in for 2 more damage through Ezreal's effect since he's leveled.
They don't know what they're up against. The world's a big place.
So I would have just taken the 8. I feel like he should have just opened attack here, instead of going with the get excited first, because now he allowed me to play my thermal. So that was probably a misplay on his part.
So much to pay for.
But I guess this was what he wanted to do.
No way.
But I think just attacking with the Jinx and slot bot could have potentially be better for him.
Time for a true display of skill. This is a real spin to win.
Because his Jinx had like 4 health and there's no fast spell answers to 4 health. I needed the thermal to get rid of the Jinx there.
Charge.
Yeah, just going for some damage, going Dreadway. Potentially I should have done it the opposite way, because if I drop Dreadway first, then if he were to respond to get rid of the barrel, I could use Mystic. Because this way, since I use Mystic first, then Dreadway, I don't have mana to use its effect.
Call. Celebrate. Come on, give it a try.
And I try to find lethal here. Just need 1 spell. And fortunately I drew it. And ordering here is very important because of the barrel. I want the get excited to deal 4, not the gotcha. So I should put gotcha on the stack first, then I'll use the shrooms, then get excited. And then it all depends on what his last card is. If he can get it off the barrel, I die. And I should have put in a 4-2 if I want to be correct, but you know, it was either I win or I lose at this point. And GG's. Right, Elise Ashe, not a combo you regularly see. Anyways, over here I mulligan a bit too fast. I should have kept the static shock, because like spiders, most of them 1 health, and the fray out stuff, most of them 1 health too. just like that sentry over there. I'll Mystic Shot it. Because, you know, Ezreal triggers. The coral creature here was pretty good. Gives me a creature to drop. And I'll get 3 mana for spells.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Another sentry. Okay. So this guy is a god, he can draw all of his sentries like a good player. I aspire to be as good as him. If he attacks here, Make It Rain has a lot of value. And he does attack, so yeah. Easy Make It Rain.
Light the signal fires.
Now I can either Mystic Shot and then bang in 3 mana, or I could use Twisted Fate, go for the blue card, draw Mystic Shot, and I go for the I go for the Twisted Fate.
Eyes open.
See what we draw first. Okay, drew Gotcha, so I'm gonna use Gotcha at 2 mana. Kinda wanna keep my Mystic Shots and for face and the Thermal Beam for something big. I'm gonna attack here. Don't give him a chance to put down a blocker. So to be honest, sometimes I was considering to Mystic Shot the Twisted Fate here, but he was already at 19 life, so the drain didn't matter much, so I was like, yeah, I can Static Shot the Spiderlings. So yeah. So I would like to thank him for his contribution to my Ezreal level up. I appreciate it. Kid Rain, let's go.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Yeah, I want to get rid of that. Can be a problem in the long run. So I'll drop Ezreal first. And then you've been warned, so that when I thermal into it, I get to draw a card.
There is no shelter.
Sure. So since he went for the attack, instead of the thermal, I can go for Mystic. And Ezreal level. Ezreal level on turn 6. That's pretty fast.
I don't miss. Gotcha.
So I dropped the Dreadway here because I want to have my static dealing 2 damage. Perfect. Get out of here. You son of a Yeah, let's just do that. Because worst case now, I can bring them to 1 health, so my Make It Rain can put in some work. Alright. And yeah, that's a big boy. I only got 2 attack units, so I cannot block all of his fearsome. So I go for the investigator.
Tried. An expert is at work.
You see I can block Ledros.
Beg your pardon.
Make it rain. And I will be opting to play both because I don't really want to leave it to chance that to get rid of the both of the 1 health units. So I want to increase my chances, so I play both. And luckily I did because one make it rain hit one, the other one hit the other. So I'll drop the worms for mushrooms, and then I'll thermo for 0. Get that extra bit of damage in. Alright.
You can back it up.
Vengeance, that's pretty heavy. So shrooms. And Mystic for the GG.
Firing.
Well, that was the deck. Pretty fun. Hope you guys give it a try.